And the last point that I would make, the third characteristic of a spiritual church is persecution. You see, when the church starts doing what ought to do, persecution comes. Persecution happens. Now, I don't mind being persecuted for God. Let me tell you a last story before I quit. I do thank God for this beautiful sanctuary, and it is. It's truly a gift of God. And the older I get, the more I realize what happened here in this was a miracle. I mean, it really shouldn't have happened. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. If I go back and look, you're sitting in a miracle. We shouldn't have been able to afford it. There were just so many different things that happened that only God could make happen. It was not humanly possible for us to have and you to have this beautiful place to worship God. But the morning we broke ground on a Sunday morning, I've never told this publicly. We broke ground on Sunday. And about where we're standing, or I'm standing, you're sitting, they started digging on Monday morning. And this big pickup truck, brand new pickup truck, drove up out there, and they called me out and asked me to come over there. This guy got out of his truck, big, tall fella. And I won't ever forget, he had a finger that long. And he pointed it in my face. And he let me have it. He said, I'm going to tell you something. You are the most low-down fella I've ever seen. You are going to put this church in debt. You're going to bankrupt it. It is going to be your fault, and I'm going to be here to kick dirt in your face when it's over. Now, I'm a short guy. I won't say I'm little. In fact, by the way, thank you for all those who said you and Gloria haven't aged. Thank you. Because when I walked out and saw my picture on the wall back here, I know better. But I didn't know what to say. Finally, I said to him, my daddy taught me to respect my elders. And, sir, you might be able to whip me, but we're going to find out if you don't get back in that truck and drive away from here. All during the building of this, I'd see that truck ride by a lot and look. He'd ride by. He'd ride by. He never spoke to me again till we moved in here. And he came back. He came to my office. Billy's office is now. He came back there and he said, I owe you an apology. He said, I'm sorry for what I said to you. But he said, I learned something over the last year. And I said, what's that? He said, I learned when I talked about you around this town, and I told people what I told you that day. And there were all sorts of things going on, by the way. I was even called Jim Baker. Excuse me. But he said, I learned something. It's not about you, it's about God. And let me just tell you, just some of you older folks, longer term, you would know who I'm talking about, but for the next 7 years, that man, his wife, and another man and his wife would come in at 11:15 and sit on that back row every Sunday morning. It's amazing. It's amazing. You see, here's the thing. You're going to be persecuted. If you're doing what God wants you to do in your life, you're going to be talked about. And you're going to be put down. And you're going to be in the church. Do you think the devil likes what happens here? No. And he'll split it. He'll do everything he can to destroy it. Let me tell you something. Only by the grace of God, the purity and the commitment of his people, can you overcome persecution. What happened to those disciples? They put them in prison. Who got them out? God got them out. Who gets you out of the problems that the church faces? God gets you out. God gets you out. Not you.